Okay, guys, this is the second video you should be watching for today's lesson. The first one is entitled the ELA Notebook Setup, and you want to watch that one. That will explain how to lay out your English Language Arts notebook so that it's all set up, okay? When you're coming to this video, you have already done this section. You have your reader's notebook, you have your writer's notebook. They're at various points in your notebook. You've got a title on the front, and you're ready for the next step. So, what we're going to do here is help you plan for the Flipgrid post. Your Flipgrid post is your assignment today. It's how you're going to get credit. But in your Flipgrid post, you're doing a number of different things. So, the first thing you need to do is to plan for and set up your notes, which are on R2, not R2, R2 of your notebook. And to do that, let's watch the following clip. If you need to pause at points during this so that you can set up your notebook on page R2, make sure that you do that, and I will see you in just a minute.
So we're going to do this from the front of our notebook. So you already have your notebook set up. We're doing it in our reader's notebook on page R2. Okay, so R2, here we are. So at the top, we are going to write our title, which is Introductions Flipgrid Planning. Okay, I'm going to write it up here on the top line. This is where we'll write our title things, on the top line here. I'm going to put introductions in parentheses, or in quotation marks, sorry. Okay, there it is, zooming in. And again, if you need to pause the video to do this, that's okay. So, Introductions, Flipgrid, Planning. And then, I'm going to put a box around it. Okay, so anytime that I put something in my notebook, I always want to give it a title that goes on the top line. And then when I put a box around it, what that indicates to me when I'm going back and using my notebook is that I see the box on the top line, and that tells me, okay, that's what this page is about. Okay, right below this, I would like you to write two things. Okay, so the first one we're going to do to the left of the red line, we're going to do 1, my name, and then right below that, 2, circle that, my preferred name. Okay, these are two things that we're going to write. Okay, and again, pause if you need to. The next thing that you're going to do here, and I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so that we can see all of the notebook page, is we're going to make a box down below. So to do that, we want it to be accurate. I'm going to take this page and fold it over. See, I'm folding it over. I'm going to put it right against the seam there. And then I'm going to make a crease here. Okay, and it doesn't have to be a firm crease. You don't have to push down, but just a gentle crease. The reason I want that is when I come back to this side, I want a neat line that I can trace. And guys, in your notebooks, especially as 8th graders now, I want you to focus on your notebooks being neat and accessible. If you're someone who already writes neat and accessible, this is really good. If you're someone who's pretty sloppy, I want you to dial this in. So 7th grade sloppy, you're all over the place, I get it. 8th grade sloppy, you're getting ready for high school, okay? So I'm now going to take this and I'm going to make essentially 4 equal boxes. So I'm going to draw one line down the middle. I'm doing mine in pencil because I want you to be able to see it. I would like you to work in your notebooks I'm doing mine in pen, and I would like you to work in pencil if you can. So now I'm going to kind of evenly give this a line across. Okay, so I have 4 semi-equal boxes on my page. Okay, and the first one up here, I'm going to label this number 3. And I'm going to call this, and I'm going to zoom in on that box just so you can see. Okay, this is called Book I'm Reading. Okay, Book I'm Reading, number 3. Then I'm going to move over here to number 4. And this one I'm going to call ELA Learning Goal. And again, you guys will notice that these are my guiding writing. I want this to be, I want your notebooks to be precise. Does this mean that you have to erase and re-record 100 times or rewrite it? No. But what it means is that when you are setting something up, so setup is different from the notes that you actually take. When you're setting something up, I want it to look like I model it for you. And basically what I'm guiding you in here is you are setting up a consistent structure. We're going to do a lot of things in our notebook over and over again. Okay, what we're doing right now, this is kind of a T chart or a plus chart or a 4-box grid. Okay, your setup should be accurate. Again, your notes, they're for you. Okay, so on my page now, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to go to the bottom left down here. I'm going to call this number 5, and this is going to be ELA academic goal. Okay, and then my final one, moving over, is I have number 6, and this is an interesting and unique about me. Okay, so once you've done this, and again, you should have 6 labeled things on your page R2 in your notebook. In the video, you're going to use these to plan what you say in your Flipgrid post. And then you're going to have your notebook in front of you as you're going to show me your notebook that you've set up, but you're also going to take some notes in here to be able to plan your post.
Oh, hey there, you're back. You're back. Welcome. Okay, so I want to guide you at this point on what to do. So you have this format in your notebook on R2, and you got to turn this into something that gets you ready for how to do your Flipgrid video. So I want to direct you to Google Classroom, where you are going to open a document called the Introductions Flipgrid post. Okay, this document explains the numbered posts that you have in your notebook, and it explains what to do for each one. So for example, on your first name, first, middle, and last name, number 2, share the name that you prefer to be called in class. Okay. For number 3, you're going to share the book that you're reading now. So you have to have that book in front of you. If it's an ebook, I guess you can talk about it on the screen. If you've got a Kindle, hold up your Kindle. Okay. So you're going to hold your book up to the screen. You're going to identify it by the title and author. Say what genre you think it is. And then, is this your first time reading it or have you read it before? Okay. Your learning goal. Learning goal is something like the content that we do in class. So you have to decide something that you want to work on this fall. Okay. And you're going to write your learning goal down on R2 in your notebook in box number 4. These are your notes when you go to take it. Okay. So think for yourself. What's something that you want to get better at? Okay. Your academic goal goes in box number 5. So learning goal, that's like, writing content. So I want to get better at my writing stamina, or I want to work on organizing my writing, or I want to try to be more clear when I speak, or I want to slow down when I read to make sure that I understand. Or like, I really want to make sure that I'm just precise in what I'm trying to do, or something like that. That's a learning goal. That's a number 4. In box number 5, you got to choose an academic goal. So this is something that you are trying to do better. I want to turn in all my assignments on time. I want to revise any grade that's below 90%. I want to meet the Google Meets protocol for participation, including not writing random things in the chat. Okay. I want to keep my notebook organized. What is it? So choose something there. And then finally, in number 6, you're going to share something interesting and unique about yourself, something that maybe not everyone knows. Okay, so this document can provide more clarity as you are staring at R2 in your notebook and the boxes and the questions that you've written down, and you're like, what does that mean? Come back to the Introductions Flipgrid post in Google Classroom. Whew! I just got back from taking out the trash. Thank you to Mr. Gooding and Camp for giving me this mask. He is also my neighbor here. He's just a few houses away. It's kind of fun. Okay, so you've got your plans ready. You followed your instructions. Now on page R2 of your notebook, you are ready to go. So here's the part where I pump you up, right? You're going to go into Flipgrid and you're going to make a post, okay? And the post that you make is, I'm going to mimic one for you coming up, but I just got to tell you, you got this. Like, you're going to be amazing. Like, you're going to take mine, it's going to be like mine, but yours is going to be better because you're you, and because maybe you've got some of that thinking hair up there. I don't know, man. It's like, I try to get this done. Anyhow, you're going to do a great job. You ready for this? So when you see me on the screen now, you're going to see what your Flipgrid post is going to look like. And then at the end of this, I'll show you how to go onto Flipgrid and post it. Okay? You got this. You got this. Hey, would you believe it? I'm back so soon. Okay. So here I am. I want to show you my notebook. Okay? So I want to show you that I've put information on the front. I'm showing you that I have set up the inside like I'm supposed to. I've labeled R1 all the way through R25. Let's see, right there. And the front of my notebook, and then in the back of my notebook, I've done, it says writer's notebook, and then I've done W1 through W25 on here. Okay, all right. I am now turning to show you that I have done my introductions, Flipgrid planning, just like the instructional video shows, and that is here on R2. So I've got my box around my title, I have some notes, and now I'm going to share what they are. Okay, so my name is John Paul Taylor Newman. My first name's hyphenated, John Paul. My preferred name at school, because you're my student, I want you to call me Mr. Newman. If I'm in class, you're trying to get my attention, you can say, hey, Newman, that's fine too, okay? If you're one of my colleagues, they call me JP, or my friends call me JP. But for you, Mr. Newman. When you graduate, from high school, then we can talk from there. Okay, so right now, I'm reading a book called When, and it's right here. I actually just started it yesterday. I'm only a little bit of the way in, but this is When, and the author is Victoria Laurie, and I think I would classify this as realistic fiction, although it has a touch of fantasy, and I'm going to tell you why. So the subject of the book is this girl, and she walks around. You kind of see this on the title, or on the front page. As she walks around, people's death date is hovering above their heads, and so I'm like, yeah, it's mostly realistic fiction, but I don't know, that seems kind of unrealistic to me. Anyhow, okay, my ELA learning goal this year is that I want to work on the way that I explain ideas, allowing people to connect from multiple perspectives. So basically, I want to make sure that I'm good at explaining around a concept and not just introducing it. My academic goal is that I want to be consistent with my reading and really aim for 30 minutes a day, not the streaks that I had over the summer. So over the summer, I would not really read very much. I was off doing other stuff. I was playing Words with Friends on my phone. And then I'd get in a streak, and in 4 days, I'd read 3 books. And then I'd go off for another couple of weeks. And then, so by the end of the summer, I think I read about 10 books, but I didn't do the consistent reading that I wished I had. Okay. Finally, something that is interesting and unique about me. So for me, a lot of people, they set goals for things they're going to do in the future. And I'm a really bad goal setter for the future because my mantra in life is live every day. So I really try to treat every day as if it's special, and to make sure that I'm being the person that I want to be every day, and I'm helping people in the way I want to help, and I'm finding things that make me happy, and I'm finding ways to make other people happy. I have a couple of claims to fame in my life. They both come from my dad's side of the family. My Uncle Howard, way back the year I was born, which is 1972, I was born in Evanston, Illinois, right outside of Chicago. It's a town that hosts Northwestern University, which is a Big Ten school, a very good academic school. But my uncle in 1972 invented this little toy called Hot Wheels. Maybe you've heard of it. He was a mechanical engineer. He worked for Mattel, so he didn't get any of the credit for it. But he is the guy who came up with the concept for Hot Wheels. My dad's claim to fame is that he was a spy. He worked in the Central Intelligence Agency. It was he just died about a month ago at age 94, but he was a spy in Russia in the very early days of the Soviet Union in the 50s, right after World War II. He's a World War II veteran. So he had kind of an interesting time there, and then eventually he moved home and started a family. But that is my introduction. Thanks. Okay, you're almost there. So you're going to go into Google Classroom. You're going to click on the link for Flipgrid. It's going to take you to something like this. When you get here, you're going to click where it says Join with Google. Okay, I click on that. It's going to ask me for the account. It's going to have your name there. You click on that. It says Login Successful. This is ELA 1. And what you're going to see is, here it is, the Introductions video post. And then you're going to click Record a Response. Okay, it'll ask you if you can use your microphone or your camera. You say yes. And now it's saying, okay, here's the deal. You have 3 minutes to record. The topic is moderated, which means that no one's going to, I have to look at it before I approve anything else. No one's going to see it after that. It's just between you and me. Okay, so you click and now you're ready to go. So you've got this button here. If I want to start recording, here I would do it. So, hi there. I'm going to share my Flipgrid. Sorry, this is my Flipgrid video. So I want to start out by showing you that I've done my notebook. Hey, look, I've done my notebook. I have my reader's notebook, and I've numbered the pages, just like you said, all the way to R25. I've got my writer's notebook on the back side, and I've numbered the pages, like you said, all the way to W25. And look, I wrote my name on the front. I'm ready to go. Okay, you guys get the idea? We're recording. Now we're recording a video of recording a video in Flipgrid while we're recording a video about Flipgrid in Flipgrid. And this is like studying outer space. I can't do anymore. You do it. It's your turn. You are ready. This video and that video. I think you got this. Do it. You got it. You got it. Go do it. Wait a minute. I'm still recording. I just stopped the Flipgrid. This thing is getting to me. Maybe it's because it's so late at night. Anyhow, see ya.